all so much for joining us. I really, truly enjoyed this concert, not just because it's an opportunity for myself to perform, but just it gives all of us that spent so much time sharing our gift and our passion in encouraging students to perform, and gives an opportunity to share our own passion for performance in and of ourselves. So we've got an awesome lineup of some incredibly talented musicians and me. So I know you will enjoy this evening's lineup. So we're going to start with Mr. Spencer Lawrence. So this is number 8. It's from a book of etudes that just all clarinet players sort of have to go through. And earlier on in the book, it's going back to it and performing it again. I think I've performed this maybe a half a dozen times, but it's like reading a good book again for like the 5th or 6th time, getting to experience that whole process anew. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hello. If you've had the unfortunate experience of hearing me blab around Brazilian music in like a year, I'm going to do it more, so I'm sorry. This is a piece by a wonderful composer from Brazil named Ginga. He grew up as a guitarist, and it's great to have a guitarist in the composer category as well. There's not many of those. But also he had an amazing wealth of knowledge in classical music and jazz. And the way that he writes for the guitar, since he does everything by ear, it fits the guitar so well, but also I had the pleasure of meeting him in California at this Brazil camp. And I was like so starstruck because I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this Brazilian camp and meet Ginga. And then like I saw him like the first night, he was like eating pizza in the cafeteria, and I was like taking a picture, and I was like, yo guys, look, Ginga's here and he's eating pizza. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then like I got to spend like a whole week with him, and despite like some of the language barrier, his wealth of humanity in him and the way that it shows in his music, he just has such a wide array of different compositions. This is just one of many called D minor.
I start, I just wanted to share a brief program note that the composer left about the piece. So Barry Cockcroft is an Australian saxophonist and composer. His compositions are known for being captivating, quirky, humorous, and technically demanding. He's published over 140 works and is an enthusiastic traveler. Cuckoo was composed in 1997, and the composer writes, "I've been studying in France, and one of the last pieces that I performed was Berrioz's Sequenza 7B for soprano saxophone. As I tend to do when practicing, I improvised around the themes of the piece. I often found that to contrast the extreme nature of the sequenza, I would play long melodic lines. To contrast further with this, I would take some of the multiphonics used by Berrios and add some funky rhythms. When a friend kindly told me that I sounded like a chicken, it was amusing to extend on this idea. Ignoring the spelling, apparently cuckoo in Swahili means chicken. Cuckoo is a type of clock made in the Black Forest. Cuckoo means crazy. There are happy hens, ones that live on an organic farm that have worms to eat and lay lots of eggs. The air is fresh and the handsome rooster caters for all their needs. There are other kinds of chickens, ones that may have lost their mind or their head. Each day they do the same thing. They live in little boxes. Cluck, 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 cluck." I hope you enjoy Barry Cockcroft's Cuckoo. Sorry, I have a lot of pages.
started. It's always kind of hard to find a couple duets that do with saxophone and French horn. It seems like you can always find something for any other instrument combination you can think of. For some reason, they always neglect the alto sax and French horn, so we kind of have to make do with a couple of our own and make it up as we go. So we're going to perform Bippery number 1 and number 2. These are traditionally 2 French horn duets, but we end up having to transpose a little bit with each other and kind of have some fun. So enjoy. Yes, they tend to be comical, and they are, I feel like they're very Scott Joplin-y, so.
Sure, that'd be awesome. Kind of big. How is everyone doing? All right. One of my, I guess, obsessions for a long while has been fiddle music, but I've bopped around various styles of fiddle music. If you're in my fiddle group or in my classes, you'll know that right now I listen to a lot of like Danish or Finnish or Swedish fiddle music. Particularly, I'm obsessed with the Danish string quartet. The lead violin player in the Danish string quartet, his name is Una, and he is also the leader of a band called Dreamers Circus. They are a fiddle, an accordion / piano, and a cittern player. They, over COVID, because they weren't touring, they created their own book of 52 original tunes to add to like the Danish folk repertoire. And I'm going to play 2 of those tunes, and in the middle of those 2 tunes, I'm going to play a tune called Wizard's Walk, which is from Jay Unger. You might know his name from writing Shokin Farewell. The first tune, I'm not going to attempt to butcher the title, but is the name of the longest hiking trail in Denmark. And then the last tune is called Carousel Prime. Cool. And we have Andrew on piano, and Cam Stack on bass.
to the first song that we're doing. My wonderful colleagues are getting ready. I just wanted to say that actually summer would lend itself better to this piece. It's very summery, but it's a world famous bossa nova, and it's called Gingy by the wonderful, amazing Antonio Carlos Jobim. And I wanted just to say, I always found this piece a little strange because it has this description of nature and then this incredible emotional connection with somebody who loves somebody. And I read a little bit up on it, and Jobim, who was a composer, used to visit a farm near his Rio de Janeiro with his long-term collaborator, Vinicius de Moraes, who wrote, I think, Go Up with Panema and all those lyrics. And he used to visit this over the weekends to get out of the city, and it inspired him to write this song. And I think that's why in the beginning of the song there's this description of nature, which is so special for Brazilian Tim. Just wanted to. And the farm's name was called Giringi, and creative as he was, he made Gingy out of this. Yeah. Sky, so vast is the sky, with faraway clouds just wandering by. Where do they go? Oh, I don't know. Wind that speaks to the leaves, telling stories that no one believes, stories of love belong to you and me. Oh, Gingy, if I only had words, I would sing all those beautiful things that I see when you're with me, oh my Gingy. Oh, Gingy, like the song of the wind in the trees, that's how my heart is singing, Gingy. Happy Gingy, when you're with me. Each day, yes I do, yes I do. I walk with you away if you came with me. Don't you know, Gingy, I've been running and searching for you like a flower that can't find the sea. That would be me, oh my Gingy. Searching for you like a river that can't find the sea. That would be me without you, my Gingy. Gingy, my Gingy. everybody thank you for coming out to this concert. It's just wonderful to have people come out and take the effort to hear some live music. That's what feeds us as performers and teachers, but we become better teachers by being able to share the music the way it should be shared. And that's really wonderful, so thank you so much. And there's a little thing I wanted to also say to the last piece, Upato. I had a really good laugh. I'm originally from Austria. Upato means the duck. And Dan asked me, what does the word actually mean in German? And it's die Ente. And it's such a funny, strange word for a Brazilian song, you know, so I really still have to laugh about it. It's a real famous children's song that has become also a very well-known standard in the American songbook, actually. It's often sung in English, but it's because I started in Brazilian, and then I go to English. I wanted to point out that it's actually a children's song that all the Brazilians know. They know it. So, and they love it. And it's about a little duck that wants to create a choir. In the English version, it creates just dance, samba, which is great. But in Portuguese, it wants to create a choir. It's really convinced, you know. Duck, you know, imagine the voice. So the duck, there comes then another typical Brazilian bird, it's a little other bird with a scratchy voice kind of thing, and says, hey, can I join you to the choir? You know? Oh yeah, sure. And comes another bird, and then the end comes a swan, probably coming by, you know, because he's the, but yeah, okay, let's form a quartet. And then they sing, and they sound pretty bad. Because they want to actually, you know, they're not really the best vocalists when it comes to birds, but also they're dancing samba while they're doing it because they're having so much fun, because they're Brazilian birds, so that they all fall in the water and makes a big splash.
Thank you all again so much for joining us and allowing us to share our love of music and performance with you. It's a nice for you guys to do in the audience tonight, I bet too. Thank you again so much. Take care. No, I think we're fine.
He's very famous.
Yes, it is, I know.
We just played with one of his.
Oh,